3 days ago, my younger sister Sarah died. I didn't go to the hospital. I wasn't there to hold her hand. I wasn't there to smooth her hair back or tell her it was okay to let go. My name is Georgia. I am 82 years old. Last time I heard Sarah's voice was in 1994. We were standing in the parking lot of a lawyer's office. It was raining. I remember the rain hitting the pavement. That smell of wet asphalt. We were shouting over an inheritance, over a house, over who Mom loved more, over who was right and who was wrong. I got in my car, slammed the door, and drove away. As I drove, I looked in the rearview mirror and saw her standing there, getting soaked. And I thought to myself, good. She deserves it. I'm right. She's wrong. And I am winning this fight. That was 30 years ago. I'm making this video because I need to tell you about the most expensive thing I ever bought. It wasn't my house. It wasn't my car. It wasn't a vacation. The most expensive thing I ever bought was my pride. I paid for it with 30 years of sisterhood. I paid for it with 30 Christmases. I paid for it with seeing my nieces grow up. And now I am sitting here, right and righteous, and completely alone. I see you. I know who watches these videos. You are sitting there, maybe holding a grudge against a brother, a parent, a best friend. You are telling yourself that you have boundaries. You are telling yourself that they need to apologize first. You are keeping score. I need you to listen to me, because the silence you are cultivating, it grows. It wraps around you like a vine until you can't move. And then one day the phone rings, and you realize that the silence is permanent. David, a man whose story I saw recently, said something that cut me to the bone. He said time is non-refundable. You can't make it up. Once that time is gone, it's gone forever. I thought I had time. I thought Sarah and I were just pressing pause. But we weren't. We were pressing delete. Let me take you back to 1994. We were in our 50s. We thought we were so wise. The fight, it doesn't even matter what it was about now. That's the tragedy. If you asked me to explain the legal details of why I stopped speaking to my only sister, I couldn't tell you. It's all a blur of ego. But at the time, oh, I had a list. There is a couple, Harold and Denise, who talk about the dangers of keeping score in a marriage. Well, let me tell you, siblings keep score too. And Sarah and I were experts. I had a mental ledger of everything Sarah had ever done to wrong me. Item 1, she didn't help enough when Mom got sick. Item 2, she borrowed money in 1985 and never paid it back. Item 3, she made a snide comment about my husband at Thanksgiving. I polished that list. I memorized it. Every time I felt a twinge of guilt, every time I thought about picking up the phone, I would pull out my list. I would recite my grievances like a prayer. I would tell myself, she owes me. I am the victim here. If I call her, I lose. If I call her, I am admitting defeat. Harold said something that haunts me now. He said, if one person wins and one person loses, you both lose. I didn't understand that. I thought life was a courtroom. I thought if I presented the best evidence, if I held out the longest, the judge would bang the gavel and declare me the winner. But life isn't a courtroom. It's a team sport. And I benched my own teammate. I spent the 90s and the 2000s waiting for her to break. It became a game of chicken. Who would swerve first? Who would send the first Christmas card? Every December, I'd check the mailbox. Nothing from Sarah. And I'd feel this flash of anger. See? I'd tell my husband. She doesn't care. Why should I bother? But deep down, I wasn't angry. I was hurt. And I was too proud to say, I miss my sister. There was a woman, 78 years old, who spoke about wasting her life being the perfect woman. I related to her so much. I wanted to be the strong one, the principled one, the one who didn't need anyone. I wore my stubbornness like armor. I thought it protected me. I thought it made me strong. But it didn't make me strong. It just made me hard. And it made me lonely. The years, they go so fast. You hear old people say that and you roll your eyes. But they do. I got busy. That's the excuse we all use, isn't it? I'm just so busy. I focused on my career. I focused on my garden. I focused on things that, looking back, were just fillers. I was filling the hole where my family used to be with stuff, with busyness. I kept telling myself, someday, when we're both retired, we'll fix it. Someday, Something will happen to bring us together. Someday, she'll apologize and we'll be sisters again. I was living in the illusion that a 73-year-old man warned about. He said we live our lives assuming the goalposts will stop moving. We tell ourselves, I'll do that later. When I'm older, I'll finally live the life I want. I thought Sarah and I would be two little old ladies sitting on a porch somewhere, laughing about how stupid we were in our 50s. I had that movie playing in my head. I banked on it. But someday is a lie. Someday is a dangerous fantasy. Because while I was waiting for someday, life was happening. To Sarah without me. I heard through the grapevine that her husband died. I almost called. I picked up the phone. I dialed 6 digits. And then I stopped. I thought, no, it's been 10 years. It would be awkward. She probably doesn't want to hear from me. Fear masquerading as pride. I heard she became a grandmother. I have a grandniece I have never met. I have never seen her face. I have never held her. And the worst part? I convinced myself I was fine. I told myself, I don't need that drama. But George, an 87-year-old man, said something that stripped away that lie for me. He talked about mattering. He said mattering isn't about being famous or successful. It's about the small moments between people. It's about showing up when it's inconvenient. I missed all the small moments. The phone calls about nothing. The recipes shared. The complaints about our aging bodies. The shared history. That's what you lose when you cut off a sibling. You lose the witness to your life. Sarah was the only person left on Earth who remembered our childhood dog, Buster. She was the only one who remembered the sound of our father's laugh. When you cut that person off, you are cutting off a piece of your own history. You are stranding yourself on an island of your own making. 3 days ago, Tuesday, the phone rang at 11 a.m. I didn't recognize the number. I almost let it go to voicemail. A young woman's voice. Aunt Georgia? It was my niece, the little girl I used to buy ice cream for. She's 40 years old now. She was crying. She said Mom had a stroke last night. She didn't make it. And just like that, the war was over. The 30-year war between Sarah and Georgia ended. Not with a peace treaty. Not with a handshake. Not with an apology. It ended because one of the soldiers died. I sat in this chair, this exact chair, and I waited for the feeling of winning. Remember, I had spent 30 years telling myself I was right. I was the righteous one. I was the one with principles. I waited to feel vindicated. Instead, I felt hollow. I felt a physical weight crush my chest. All of my arguments, all of the items on my scorecard. The inheritance, the house, the snide comments. In the face of death, they evaporated. They became smoke. I realized suddenly that I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about who started it. I didn't care about who was toxic. I just wanted 5 minutes. I wanted 5 minutes to tell her. I remember when we were little. I wanted 5 minutes to say, "You're my sister, and I love you." But death doesn't give you 5 minutes. Death is final. The 73-year-old man was right. He said his friend worked his whole life for next year, and then next. Year came and he had a stroke. He warned us that our regrets wouldn't be about failed business deals, but about the relationship with my brother that I let deteriorate. He was talking about me, and I didn't listen until it was too late. I went to the funeral home yesterday to view the body. It was just family, private. I walked up to the casket, and I looked at this old woman, gray hair, wrinkles, and I searched for my sister in her face. And I realized I didn't know her. I missed her 50s. I missed her 60s. I missed her 70s. I missed her entire adult life because I was too stubborn to pick up a telephone. I stood over her coffin and I whispered, "I forgive you." And then I whispered, "Please forgive me." But she couldn't hear me. The silence in that room, it was deafening. It was the loudest sound I have ever heard. You are watching this, and you are thinking, my situation is different, Martha. You don't know my brother. You don't know my mother. They are impossible. They hurt me. And maybe they did. I am not saying you have to tolerate abuse. I am not saying you have to be a doormat. The 78-year-old woman taught us that we need boundaries. that we can't pour from an empty cup. But there is a difference between protecting yourself and punishing someone. I wasn't protecting myself from Sarah. I was punishing her. I was withholding my love to teach her a lesson. And the only person who learned a lesson was me. And I learned it too late. Harold and Denise said, "We're not Harold versus Denise. We're Harold and Denise together, facing whatever comes." That is true for all of us. We are all on the same team. We are all humans, struggling, aging, scared, trying to figure it out. Why are we so quick to judge? Why are we so slow to forgive? We hold on to these grudges like they are treasures. But they are rocks. We are drowning, and we are holding on to rocks because we think they are gold. Drop the rock. The 73-year-old said that in his last years, the happiest moments were when he forgiven people I held grudges against. He found peace not by being right, but by letting go. I could have had that peace 10 years ago. I could have had it 20 years ago. Instead, I have a photo in a frame and a funeral to attend on. Saturday, where I will sit in the back, row like a stranger. I am 82. My time is short. I cannot fix this. That is the burden I have to carry to my grave. But you can fix it. If you are estranged from someone you once loved, if you are giving someone the silent treatment, if you are waiting for an apology that hasn't come in 5 years, please, I am begging you, be the bigger person. Be the one who caves. Be the one who loses the argument so you can win the relationship. Pick up the phone, even if your hands are shaking, even if you have to scream into a pillow first. Call them. Say, "I'm still mad, but I miss you." Say, "I don't want to fight anymore." Say, "Do you want to get coffee?" Whatever that Bob fellow said about his friend Tom. He said friendship is showing up even when it's inconvenient. It is inconvenient to swallow your pride. It tastes bitter. It hurts your ego. But I promise you, the phone feels heavy when you pick it up to apologize. It feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. But a coffin is much, much heavier. Don't carry that weight. Don't end up like me. Right, righteous, and regretful. Make the call. Do it today. Do it before the phone rings and it's a voice you don't recognize telling you that it's over. Someday is today. If this message spoke to your heart, like this video so it reaches someone who needs it today. Share it with a person you care about. And subscribe to Realize 2, late for more stories that remind us what truly matters before it's too late.